Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Masters Fantasy Show, brought to you by MastersFantasyFootballLeagues.com. As always, I got the Masters crew with me. We even got the Doc back in the house from Arizona this week. Good to have you, Doc. How you guys doing today?
Great.
Fantastic.
Great, yeah. Good to be back. Yeah.
Good to hear, man. As always, it's a beautiful day to be alive. Right before we jump into the trading show today, just want to thank you guys for watching. Also, if you could, hit the like and subscribe button. Come be a part of the Masters family. Love to have you. With that said, man, we've been going through the trades all week. Got some really nice trades I handpicked. The Doc, Dynasty Owl, these guys are going to look over the trades, tell you what side they like. With that said, let's jump into it, man. First trade popping up. We got Russell Wilson, Justin Jefferson, T.J. Hawkinson, a 1, 2, and a 3 for Cam Akers, Brandon Ayuk, T. Higgins, and the 1.12. Your guys' thoughts on what side do you like on this one?
That's interesting. That's very interesting. I mean, it's really tempting to go with Justin Jefferson and those picks. I like Hawkinson a lot too. Akers is the one thing that's got me hesitant, but I'll take Russ. I'll take Justin Jefferson. T.J. Hawkinson, I think, is going to be a lock, top 5 tight end for the foreseeable future and an entire draft there. I'll take that because I think Justin Jefferson, by a nose, is probably the most valuable in the trade to me.
So, even though I agree with everything he just said, somebody said we agree too much, so I'll take the other side. I mean, I love the aspect of getting, a quarterback, a running back, and a quarterback, wide receiver, and a tight end who we'd love to say the least. But on the other side, I mean, like you mentioned, Cam Akers, I think is the most valuable player in the deal. Brandon Ayuk, I don't want to say he's on Justin Jefferson's level because obviously he's not, but he's not that far behind.
Right.
And even though Jamar Chase is there, I mean, T. Higgins still a young receiver with upside. You get the first rounder this year. So I'll go with that side.
Yeah, good stuff. I actually think it's really close, and good point on Ayuk too. I mean, with the upgrade at quarterback, I think that gap's going to shrink even more in the next couple seasons. It'll be interesting to see how that pans out. All right, next trade popping up on your screen. We got Chase Edmonds, DeAndre Swift, T. Higgins, and the 1.5 for Patrick Mahomes, Zeke, and Robert Woods. Your guys' thoughts?
Oh, the 1.5. Oh, well, I guess that is Mahomes. I'll go with Mahomes and Zeke and Bob Woods there. I know there's a little more age on that side. And Swift, obviously, we've talked. He's a big, a lot of people are big fans of DeAndre Swift. I am not. I like that 1.5, but I think the firepower with Mahomes and Zeke is too much.
Yeah, I agree. Especially, I don't know what this guy already had on his roster, but Mahomes, Zeke, and Woods. I mean, that's basically putting you in contention right there. And assuming you already had a piece or two to go along with them, can easily be a league-winning type team. So I'm gonna go with that side as well.
Yeah, nice trade, guys. It'll be interesting to see who that 1.5 becomes. That'd probably sway it in either direction, but we won't know until the draft.
I feel like there's a lot of T. Higgins, too. And if he ends up being better than we expect, doesn't end up getting as much taken away as we expect, I mean, these are going to be even closer, maybe even swaying to the other side on some of these trades.
Yeah, and I mean, even myself, I've been pretty much off T. Higgins since the draft. But then all of a sudden, the last couple of days, I'm starting to think, well, I mean, when we did that show, we talked about Higgins a little bit on the Jamar Chase episode. I don't know. I'm just starting to think, I mean, maybe this is a buy low candidate all of a sudden.
Yeah, I think it's starting to dip a little.
Right. When he first got drafted, he was still getting picked in some of those leagues in like the third, fourth round, stuff like that, and it was like, that's a little high. They just drafted a receiver.
All right, but I mean, as he slips somewhere, it's like, I mean, where do I buy the dip?
You gotta find. Yeah, exactly.
All right, guys. Yeah, and then the final trade here, and I picked a couple hard ones for you guys today. We got A.J. Brown, DK Metcalf, Allen Robinson for Nick Chubb, Mike Evans, and DeAndre Hopkins. Your guys' thoughts? Oh, yeah, and it's Chubb time, by the way.
Yeah, baby. Wow. I think with it being a dynasty, I think I'm going to slightly side with A.J. Brown, DK Metcalf. Hopkins getting up there in age. Mike Evans, no spring chicken either, and we all have talked about his decreasing role with Tom Brady as quarterback. It's really close, but I think I'm going to go with Brown and Metcalf. The upside's a little too much there for me.
I 100% agree, especially in Dynasty. I would go with A.J. Brown and DK as well.
A-Rob with a new quarterback, too.
But I will say, for guys who are still trying to win a league in the next couple of years, getting Nick Chubb, Mike Evans, DeAndre Hopkins, I mean, that team also can absolutely be a legit
Oh, yeah.
contender this year, next year, and probably a solid 3 years still with all three of those guys.
Yeah,
So if that guy wins some money, nobody's gonna be saying he made the wrong trade.
absolutely.
All right, good stuff. And I mean, I will say that one side got him a stud running back.
Yeah.
Which I mean, a little bit more valuable than every other position. But I'm with you guys. The youth on A.J. Brown and D.K. Metcalf kind of swings in that direction. All right, guys, and then something a little different on this episode. I recently just did my first redraft of the year. These guys weren't in the league, so I thought I'd print it out. I'm going to pop it up on the screen. I'm going to let these guys rate my team, tell me how I did. You guys can tell me at home, too, if you think I did terrible or a pretty decent team. It was my first one of the year. I personally like it, but we'll see. So you guys take a look at it, tell me what you think, and then at the end of it, maybe rate it 1 to 10.
Well, so love the first pick,
Yes.
obviously. Love Michael Thomas at 2.11 and Dobbins at 3.2. I think, and Kyler too.
Yeah. And
I'll just
Keep
say
going,
this.
keep going.
I think,
Yeah.
I'm
I
loving all
think you
this,
knocked
yeah.
your top 5 picks
Right.
out of the park
Yeah.
completely. I'm not as big on Juju, but in the 6th round, I mean, I can't argue it. He was their number 1 receiver last year. That's solid value.
And I did think he was the best receiver left on the board at
Yeah.
that point,
Yeah.
too. I just want to add, I had 2 other guys I wanted there, and the 2 picks before me were Odell Beckham and DJ Shark.
There you
Both who I wanted I actually wanted them on the turn there, and they both got picked, so I went with
like
And
Juju.
Juju.
realistically,
later. Yeah.
realistically, Juju's probably the safer of the 3 anyways. So, I mean,
Yeah.
at least he's got I feel like a higher likelihood to
right.
play 17 games.
Right.
Yeah, I like Gesicki too. I think he has a good opportunity to take a jump this year.
Rashad Bateman as
Yeah.
well, a rookie who we think's gonna get some targets right away.
Right. And I also really like Laviska Shenault and Zach Moss are both like kind of late round opportunities. You can make some really good pushes with those guys if they happen to pan out in their second.
And that's what I was thinking with both of them, too.
Yeah.
Just a lot of upside there.
The upside with Ruggs.
Yeah,
late,
I
too.
was similarly with Ruggs. Yep.
Same
Yeah.
thinking there. Just a ton of upside. I mean,
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, I think it's solid. I mean, Rams defense too. Aaron Donald's going to gobble you up some sacks for sure. Couple of picks by Jalen Ramsey. That's almost a guarantee.
Which I'll be honest, in years past, I usually don't even pick a defense and just go, week to week.
Yeah.
Right.
I'll pick on the week matches. I don't know, man. This year, I'm like, you know what? I might get some defenses. So I went with the Rams. And I was thinking that with like Marlon Mack, too. I don't know how it's going to play out. I don't know if he's stuck in Indy or maybe he gets traded somewhere. To me, it was just like a late flyer pick at that point.
Yeah. Overall, though, I really like the
Yeah,
team. And if I had to
absolutely.
give it a rating on a 1 to 10 scale, I'm going to say an 8.7.
Dude, I'm not even joking. I was gonna say
Get outta
8.75. I didn't even think he was
Hey.
gonna go decimals.
I'm feeling good, man.
So insane.
Decimals. Yeah.
I appreciate
the comments
that,
are gonna
guys.
Be so mad.
Yeah, I felt like I nailed it a little bit too, man. I was feeling good. I appreciate that, guys. Thanks for watching, guys. Maybe you rate it too. Tell me where I went wrong, where I went right. Appreciate it. That's going to wrap up this edition. As always, thanks for watching. Any last words, guys?
Thanks for listening.
No, yeah, thank you.
Good stuff.